Welcome to the Kindness Advantage podcast. I'm your host, Cindy Rowe. In 10 minutes or less, we'll explore ways to share kindness into every corner of your life. And today's episode, we're talking about the business of being kind. So, welcome back. I'm so glad you are here. Today, we're taking kindness beyond the office walls. So, I talk a lot about kindness in the workplace. If you follow me on social media or you've been an attendee in one of my sessions, that is the core message that I provide. But while I typically talk about workplace kindness as it focuses on working with your coworkers, colleagues, the true impact is when we can extend it to our clients and our vendors and really any stakeholder that we interact with. So let's think about the last time you had an amazing customer service experience or when maybe a vendor went the extra mile. Those moments actually stick with us, don't they? So, kindness in business isn't just a feel good factor, it's actually a competitive advantage that builds trust, it strengthens relationships, and it fuels long term success. And I'm not just saying that, this is backed by research. So let's dive in today's episode why kindness beyond colleagues matters. So in business, we often prioritize, efficiency, deadlines, transactions, the bottom line. But at the heart of every business is a person, whether it's a client making a decision or a vendor fulfilling an order or a stakeholder investing in your work, right? Clients that feel valued will be loyal. Vendors who feel respected will go the extra mile. And stakeholders who have that trust will support you in your growth. So basically, kindness is good for business. When we treat others with respect and appreciation, we're building relationships that go beyond transactions and it impacts the bottom line and leads to long term success. So, how do we extend kindness in business? And again, this is not being a pushover, this is not being soft or weak. This is simply treating each interaction like it matters and makes a difference, right? How can we infuse kindness into our daily interactions with our clients, our vendors, and stakeholders? So I decided, because this is 10 minutes or less, you're not in a full session with me, you're not in one of my trainings. So I wanted to break it down really quickly and briefly for you. But number one, show appreciation without expectation. So think about how often you say thank you to your clients or vendors or business partners. Not just when you need something, but because, just because. Like a simple, I appreciate working with you, or your partnership means a lot. It really goes a long way. So, how about sending a handwritten thank you note to a client after a big project? I do this to the event planner at every speaking engagement that I have. A handwritten note. Every purchase that is made through my kindness apparel or kindness merch store, I send a thank you note. It's simple, but it leaves an impact. How about giving a shout out to a vendor on social media? That's very impactful. Or, expressing gratitude in emails or meetings. Small words make a big impact. People remember when they feel valued, and appreciation actually builds trust and loyalty. So, number two, I have down is practice empathy in business interactions. Again, this is not being a pushover. This is not being soft. You're not being a wimp. This is actually having empathy. And we know that business transactions always don't go the way we want them to. Sometimes they're a little rocky. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be situations that come up, miscommunications, maybe difficult situations that arise, right? But it's how we handle them that makes the difference. Instead of, going right to frustration, which is so easy to do, right? Pause and consider the other person's perspective. Is the client being difficult? But maybe they are under a lot of pressure. Is something being delayed from a vendor? Maybe they're facing unforeseen circumstances or challenges. Is the stakeholder asking difficult questions? Maybe they just want to know the best likely outcome. And an easy way to do this, to transition, is I understand where you're coming from, or simply, how can we work through this together? It can turn this conflict or challenge into a collaboration, which is empathy in business. Finally, the other one that I wanted to cover today, because of our short time, is going the extra mile, even when you don't have to. Um, you know, Under promise, over deliver, that's been around for decades, right? True kindness in business happens when we go beyond what's required. This doesn't mean you have to overextend yourself. It doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money. It's actually looking for small ways to add value. Following up with a client after a project to see how things are going or how things went. Did it meet all their expectations? Giving a vendor a referral if you've had a great experience with them. Offer a small unexpected perk, like sharing a helpful resource or making an introduction. These things create positive, lasting impressions that set you apart from the competition. Again, kindness is your competitive advantage. It ripples through every business transaction when you can put kindness at the forefront. When we extend kindness beyond our coworkers, we create a ripple effect where our clients become loyal advocates, vendors become trusted partners, and stakeholders become invested supporters. And this builds stronger relationships, better reputations, ding, 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 and deeper relationships. So I'd like to challenge you. We are all up for a challenge, aren't we? How about this week you choose one business relationship you'd like to nurture and nurture it with kindness? It could be a vendor or a client or a stakeholder. You get the picture, but you understand that a small act of appreciation and kindness can go a long way. So thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. If this resonated with you, please share it with someone on your team, maybe a friend, and let's make kindness the foundation of how we do business together. Because, at the end of the day, kindness belongs in the workplace. And we need to keep building relationships that matter. So I hope you have a great day. And remember, together, we create waves of change through kindness.